Hello, and welcome back to my channel. So recently I hit diamond, and along the way I picked up a lot of tips and tricks that helped me get there, and I thought I'd share this knowledge with you. I aim to keep this video short and sweet, but we have a lot to get over, so if it does run over a bit too long, A, I'm sorry, and B, you're welcome. So I broke it down into 4 main categories, and may add more throughout the video, but these are the 4 ones I'm going to make sure I cover. And that is attacking with the ball, attacking off the ball, defending / survival, and ball form. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. There are so many ways that you can attack with the ball on this game, but let's start off with just shooting. When you're shooting, you can change your shot from a straight shot, you can do it through a curve shot, you can throw a lob shot, you can fake out your opponent, and you can tackle into your opponent, which is also having the ball. But let's start off with the curve shot. So when I throw a curve shot, actually no, when I throw shots in general actually, my main aim is to get the ball as close to the opponent as possible without them being able to see it. So with the curve shot, the way I do that is either I try and find obstacles to curve the ball around, so like pillars, just little obstructions in the map. Don't underestimate the map design, because it is designed for these shots to work. If you take a look at it properly, you will see these little opportunities to try these curve shots with. And if you do have an idea to try something like that, go doing. Because the only way you're going to improve on this game is trial and error and trying different shots, and then you know where you can and can't throw shots from at certain charges. Because as you should know, that if you when you have overcharge, it increases the trajectory of your throw. So like the higher charge will curve more, which means you can get it around more obstacles. You get a wider curve. Okay, so you want to try and get the ball as close as possible to the enemy, as fast as possible, really. Oh, and remember with the curve shot, the direction that you move in affects the way the shot curves, okay? So if you strafe it to the left and you curve shot, the shot will curve to the left and vice versa, right? Please keep that in mind, because you need to know which shots to throw at what time. So the lob shot, I don't really use as much, but it does come in handy for certain situations. So if your opponent's on higher ground to you and you want to surprise them, boom, lob shot. If you want to mix up your shots, say you threw like a straight shot or a curve shot, boom, lob shot. The timing and the difference, like different trajectories, just throws a lot of people off. But my main thing that I look to do with the lob shot is, if I'm on high ground and I can see someone that's unaware below me, I will jump above their head and then I will throw a lob shot. And the reason why I do that is because the whole time the ball's off screen until it gets to about, well, just until it gets to catching range. They can't really judge the speed of the ball and where the ball's actually coming from. They know it's from above somewhere, so please keep that in mind. It really comes in handy. Remember this, I repeat, if you're above your opponent and you throw a lob shot, the ball will be off screen until the last moment. Oh, it works like clockwork. Ooh, little fun fact with the lob shot as well. If you have an enemy in your hands, either from catching them in a cage ball or perfect catching them when the enemy throws them at you, when you throw them off the side, make sure you use a lob shot, because it guarantees your chances of success. Because once they dip below that ledge, they are not getting back up, and that is guaranteed. When I'm throwing a fake shot, the things I like to always ask myself is it safe to do so right now, and will I get value from using this right now? In the situations where it's not safe to do it, would be you're in a 1v3, and all 3 enemies have a ball and they're all charged, and you're retreating, right? Because I know even if one of those flinches in the fake shot, the other 2 can kill me. Because if you didn't know, whilst you're throwing the fake shot animation, you can't catch, you're vulnerable to getting attacked, right? So I know if I make 1 flinch, other 2 can throw a ball at me, instant wipe. I'm just literally throwing a point to the enemy team, right? And then the situations that I would go for is like, say a 1v1, we're going back and forth, we're getting to overcharge level 4, just going back, forth, back, forth, back, nice. Forth. I want to mix up break that flow so the guy can't predict my next shot. Throw a fake shot, then throw my next shot. Because 9 times out of 10 again, they'd flinch, try and catch it, because obviously you've created a rhythm with them, you disrupt that rhythm, then punish them for it. Beautiful. And then the situations where I say, would I get value from this? Is, say again, 1v1, but you're not charged the ball, so you're just initiating the 1v1, right? And the max you can charge it is to a red ball. I know there's no point in me throwing a charge shot at the fake shot, sorry, at that time, because A, like any person over silver can normally catch a charged red ball, and B, is like I won't get much value out of it, because even if they do fake out and catch it, tend to catch it, I know that sometimes they have a chance to catch the ball anyway, even if it's fully charged, because of the speed of the actual red ball. They have a second chance if they catch it early enough. But in the situations where I would use it is if my opponent's being really aggressive, like trying to tackle me, and then it makes a blunder or hits a wall. Instead of punishing them straight away, I'd fake shot, make them fake out a catch. Then I know my next shot is guaranteed to hit. Beautiful. Don't always punish people's mistakes straight away. Like break them first, make them panic, then it guarantees your shot. The last thing I want to talk about in the attack with the ball section is that the dash / tackle, right? The way that I use them is literally as a dash and a tackle. Okay, so when I'm using it as a dash, if I have a ball, I normally use it to starve the enemy team of their balls. Okay, so instead of catching the ball, I'll just dash, keep dodging until they waste all their balls, and then probably when they throw the last one, that's when I probably go for a perfect catch. And I know when I engage now, me and my team have a supply of balls to smoke them with, right? And then a tackle is like if I'm close enough to my opponent, I'll use this tackle to create space, apply pressure, disarm my opponent. So say it's 1v1, I'll get close enough, tackle them, knock the ball out of the hand, probably knock them in the air, get them flustered, probably follow that up with a fake shot. Boom, they try to catch the ball, I guarantee my next shot hits. Boom. So good, it's so rewarding, but don't be scared of fighting your opponents in their face. I see a lot of people just keep making the distance, creating distance. Only create distance when you're on the back foot. That is my tip to you. Probably unrelated to attacking with the ball, but keep that in mind. Only create distance when you're on the back foot. It's all well and good knowing how to shoot the ball and understanding all these different types of shots to bait out your opponents, but another thing you need to learn is positioning and target prioritization. Prioritization, that was right. Positioning is so vital to winning in this game. Like, it's a 3v3, so there's small teams, but the maps are huge, they're diverse, there's high ground, there's low ground, there's little bends, there's little alleyways, little ways you can get behind the teammates, flanking positions, all of that. It's amazing. Utilize it, exploit it, and expose your enemy team, okay? Because the thing that I see a lot is because people get nervous, they get tense, so they all stay in a big clump together, right? And they start attacking from the same direction. It's all well and good, you feel safe, you feel confident, and it works in certain situations. However, the thing you want to realise is, if my teammate is shooting from one angle, I should go and get a different angle to make it hard for the person we're both trying to kill, well, to defend against. So if he's shooting from the right, it's from the straight, I want to get a nice wide left. So if my teammate passes the ball to me, the enemy has to actually turn to be able to catch the ball, because you have to be in it's like a cone of vision before that you can actually catch it. And if it goes around that, even if you press L2 at the right time or catch at the right time, you'll still get hit because it casts as a back shot. But from there, so what you want to do is you want to make sure like you spread out, but you're coordinated. Like you're in the right position. You're not just like running around. You move as a unit, but you have like a formation. Okay? And even if you don't play as a team, your job is to play off of your teammates, even if they don't know how to do it themselves. If your teammate keeps running into their faces, okay, you get behind the enemy team. So even if he misses the ball or if he decides to use his brain and pass to you, you have the advantage. You can put pressure on the enemy team. Pressure causes mistakes, and mistakes allows you to add more pressure. One little thing I want to say though before we move on to target prioritization is don't be afraid of going for wide flanks and sneak attacks. Because one thing I do sometimes is that I'll find a bit of high ground, especially if I die and respawn. I'll look around for a straggler, someone who's by themselves, sneak up on them, and just throw a quick shot in the back of their head. Because you need to remember, the enemies don't know you're there until you lock onto them with your ball. That red warning indicator comes up. So imagine it, until you do that, you're technically in quote stealth mode really. So use that to your advantage, especially if your teammate are in a huge blurry and you know your teammate can handle it. They've both got 2 hearts each, and they can afford to take a hit. It's worth it. Go and make that crazy play. But just don't be a douche and just use this when it's like your team needs you right now. It's like a 2v3 and you run off trying to get a sneak attack. It's not going to work. Your teammate's going to die, and you're going to probably get some hate messages after that. Yeah. When it comes to times when you're actually battling now with your team, the thing that will give you advantage is prioritizing the right targets. And because I've played solo for a long time, and most people right here probably play solo, it's harder to do so, but you kind of learn, you get better habits. So I learned to attack whoever my teammates are attacking. rather than having the 3v3 and everyone gets one hit. Yeah, and then that gets, well, it brings us to a 3v3 still, but everyone's one shot. It's decent, but the ideal situation would be use those hits. Imagine 2 of those hits go to one person, that's one person dead, and that's one person with half HP. And it's a 3v2, one person needs to get hit once, and then you can focus on him, wear down the team, 3v1, easy pickings, easy win for team fight. It makes sense on paper, right? So, that's what I end up doing. So whoever's got one shot, I'd only make this my focus, just to clear them off the game, because a person with 1 HP can still do as much damage as someone with 4 HP, right? So, get them off the stage, then your teammates, then balance out the fight, you and your teammates can pick on the last people, and the thing is, even if your teammates don't play as a team, if you thin the herd, they have no choice but to cooperate with you, because it's a 3v2, two people will end up shooting at one person, naturally it has to go that way.
So, this video is going really longer than I expected, but I didn't want to miss any details out. I'd rather over-explain than under-explain, you know. So what I've decided to do, I'm going to put the rest in short parts. So I'll probably do one focus on attacking with off the ball, one to focus on defending, one to focus on survival, and then add more things in there. Like, I'll probably do one like map specific, like little hidden areas on the map, ways you can get nice little vantage points and whatnot. I'll do some on the special balls. You know, do some on certain type of plays. Like I'll probably create some plays and I'll probably name them. So then, when I explain them to you, you'll have a way to identify them. But anyway, before I get onto that, there's 2 more things I want to cover before calling it a day. The first one is the importance of passing. Passing is a key mechanic in the game, but people overlook it because they feel like if you're not throwing the ball and getting value, you're not actually playing well. But I tell you right now, I've had a whole game where I've just pretty much only just passed the ball. I made sure the team was supplied with balls and they were able to attack. That is just as important as attacking yourself. Okay? But I'll get into that later on to play a later video. I'll probably make like a team play / passing video and just join those together, right? But the thing that I wanted to pass on to you before I go is pass the ball a lot because it confuses the opponent. That's something you should know. And the last thing is that most people don't know is that the modifiers, so you can throw a curve pass and you can throw a lob pass. So if your teammates around certain areas or you want to confuse your enemies, like come mix up your shots with your passes as well. Throw a curve pass just to make your opponent catch early or to throw them off, you know. The last thing doesn't need much explanation, but is important still, and that is add variety to everything that you know now. So you know all these different ways that these attacks can be used, that you can attack with just with the ball, right? The aim to this now, if you can stay flexible, you can stay varied and unpredictable, it's hard for enemies to beat you because they have no pattern for them to follow, to counter. So the way they try and deal you before wouldn't work the time after, and therefore it basically makes them lose in the next fight. So stay fresh, mix and match your shots up. Let's say don't go crazy, try different things. I'd say go for a tackle and then a fake shot, then a lob shot. Why not? Because no one predicts it, right? Don't just stick to what you feel like is working, because eventually it will stop working. Then when that happens, you won't know what to do next. So if you're always fresh, if you're always trying new things, you will always have a fallback plan. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. If I've missed anything else out that's important, don't hesitate to let me know, and that goes for if you want me to add more sections or things that you want me to talk about. Let me know and I'll get right on it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope any of this helped. Please take care and I'll see you out there.